Hey guys, it's me. I'm going to go ahead and show you today how I make my smoothie packs. This saves me a ton of time and money, so I thought I would just share, basically how I assemble them, and I'll just go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so the things that I use, you can use any fruit. Hey Bella. You can use any fruit you want, fresh fruit, frozen fruit. This is just what I'm going to be using today for these particular little smoothie packets, I guess. I have some frozen strawberries. I just got this huge bag at Costco. Also some frozen blueberries and some frozen pineapple chunks. So I got all those at Costco. I also have a bunch of bananas that I got at Costco, so I'm going to be using those in some of them. And then a tower of spinach. So I'm definitely going to be loading these up with spinach. It's a really great way to sneak in some veggies and get your fruit in for the day. You're also going to need some Ziploc baggies. I make them in the quart size because I actually make 2 smoothies at once, or 2 servings. I usually make them when my husband comes home from work, and then we each have one. So these are larger smoothies, so if you don't want to make them for 2 people, then you can just cut this in half and use even smaller bags. But I use the quart size bags. And then I go ahead and label them with the date that I'm making them, just so I know, how old they are when they're in the freezer. I also use this Trader Joe's green plant juice usually. Sometimes I'll use other juice if we have other juice on hand, but when I'm actually blending them, I'll pull this juice out, add it to the fruit, and then I'll blend it up in my blender. So I really like that juice. And then I also use a half a cup and a cup just to kind of measure out the fruit. So I'll show you what I go ahead and put into my first bag. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to add is a half a cup of blueberries. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add about a half a cup of the frozen pineapple. And last, for frozen fruit, I'm going to add about a cup of strawberries. Now for about half of the smoothie packets, I'm going to go ahead and throw in a banana or half of a banana, just kind of depending on how much that I have. But I'm also going to make some with no banana, so this particular one I'm just going to not add the banana, and I'm just going to fill it with spinach. And I'm really just going to stuff it to the brim of the bag and just fit as much spinach in there as I can. Alright, so I went ahead and took 2 huge, ginormous handfuls of spinach, and I stuffed them in as tightly as I could, and I went ahead and zipped it up. So it's a pretty full smoothie pack, definitely more than 1 serving. Like I said, this will be 2 servings for my husband and myself, and I'm going to go ahead and assemble all the rest of them, and I'll show you how many I end up making. And yes, that's it. One tip that I did want to mention is when I'm making my bags, I'm usually making a ton of them, so I go ahead and just do fruit by fruit. So what I'll do is I'll take out a bunch of bags and I'll fill all of them with the half a cup of blueberries, and I'll just do the blueberries first, and be done with the blueberries. Then I'll go ahead and take all the bags and I'll add the half a cup of pineapple, or whatever. But going fruit by fruit saves a lot of time. You don't have to keep going from bag to bag. You're just, getting them all in, and I don't know, it's easier for me. So that's how I do it. And I don't always use measuring cups. I'll usually just kind of eyeball it, and I'll do, a small handful of blueberries, a larger handful of strawberries, and vice versa. It just depends what you like, what fruits you like more than others, and that kind of thing. So you don't have to measure anything out specifically. Every time I make them, they're different, but they're always delicious. And these ones I'm going to go ahead and make with some banana, and the bananas were pretty large, so I went ahead and just cut it in half, or pulled it apart into 2 pieces, and I put half of the banana in each bag. So each bag with banana will just have a little bit. Alright, so I was able to make about 15 smoothie packs with all that spinach. I used all of that up, all 4 containers from Costco. And then I used a good amount of the fruit. I used all of the pineapple and, a good amount of the rest. So that's basically how they look when they're all finished. You can make as few or as many as you want. Like I said, mix and match with fruits and vegetables. The possibilities are really endless. These are just, some examples of how I kind of put them together. And then, like I said, I do add some of this green juice to my blender when I pop one of these in. So kind of gets things moving in the blender, and then there's some extra, nutrients from the juice. You can use any kind of juice you like. Apple juice, cranberry juice, sometimes we'll do that if we want our smoothies to be a little sweeter. But yeah, here's my green smoothie packs that I make. Thanks so much for watching.